Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Bilateral. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, most of large tech companies and websites and social media platforms from the West are all banned in China. So they, instead of Google, they have Weibo, they have, instead of WhatsApp and Facebook, they have WeChat. Okay. Well, Weibo, which is China's and therefore one of the world's largest platforms for search and social media, guess what is trending on it right now? The number one trending topic in China on Weibo is a photograph of Narendra Modi and Vladimir Putin in a car together. It's the biggest social media platform there. Now, the only reason two things trend on China's social media platform. Number one is, of course, if the people are finding them interesting. Number two, of course, is if the CCP wants it to trend. So, Narendra Modi and Vladimir Putin taking a car ride together, and I can even tell you why they would want to take a car ride together, because some conversations you don't want to have in venues that have been prepared by foreign countries because you don't know where a microphone is. Okay. So, you get into a car which has been specially flown in by your own team. Hey, that's my best guess. It could just be because they're saving fuel and thinking green economy and other things. Okay. But Sumit Peer, I told you you'll enjoy this one. On Weibo, the number one trending topic is Modi-Putin. What do we make of this?
I think it is an answer to Donald Trump. It's an answer to what people in China are wondering. Because Rishabhji, look, China has something called SuperNet. SuperNet has 70 crore cameras, 70 crore camera. So every person is watched by a camera, and if you don't fit, and there's an AI which is controlling, and if you don't fit in the scheme of things, you can't withdraw money from your ATM, you can't get a railway ticket, you can't get an air ticket. Suddenly the world starts crumbling around you. Now in such a China, if you want to have a very serious and a private conversation, I think there's nothing more safer than Putin's limousine. And President Putin waited for Modi ji for 10 minutes before he got into that limousine. And when the limousine reached the venue, still they were talking something. Possibly they were trying to finish some unfinished agenda. That is what Dmitry Peskov, the spokesperson of the Russian government, says. They waited another 10 or 15 minutes. They continued the conversation. Now what China is rattled, in the heart of CCP, in the heart of China, a private bilateral was held in Russian president's car in Tianjin, which they cannot fathom this thought. Now this is something which they must be discussing. Bhai, baat kya hui? What did they talk? What did they expect? And you're absolutely right. Let's not be naive about it. There'll be microphones everywhere. They will have those people who will even read the lips of interpreters. They will have these people who will read the body language. They will have all kinds and type of these people put around to get even those clues. What Modi and Putin are talking. What is the body language? Now, when it happened inside a car, sorry, bad luck. You got nothing out of it. That is what is called a checkmate.
Okay.
And this
that's the serious conversation that's happened. Obviously, they've discussed what Trump and Putin have discussed. I think that's what the point of the conversation was. And I think Putin has communicated to Prime Minister Modi what his terms and conditions are. Okay. Because on other matters, we are doing fine. So we've already taken a position on continuing to buy Russian oil. I think we've doubled down on that position. So this is not him trying to convince Modi, I'll give you another 5% discount. You have to keep buying oil from us. We've already taken decision that we have a principled association with Russia, which is not going anywhere. So this conversation is about the terms and conditions discussed with President Trump. So Trump would be aware of certain things. It would also be on what his terms and conditions are to end the war in Ukraine. I think that's what's happened. And yes, it is more than a supposition. They were discussing in a car for about almost 30 minutes. Okay. And exactly for these reasons. Why were you in a car for 30 minutes? Because even if you can be good friends with the Chinese, well, I think a person who has been part of the KGB would exactly know what good friends also like to tap in on. I'm pretty sure certain documents leaked online told us that the best NATO allies, the Americans, were spying on all their allies. So yeah, that's why it was in a car. But that's not the